And now, beyond compliance. This is discussion panel. We will talk how companies create value through sustainability, and we'll be talking all sorts of provoking examples. Let's say for large companies, wow, what a new business opportunity has emerged. Let's think that way. Or let's say for the public sector, wow, employees can actually drive change and feel empowered. So these could be just few examples on how to think about it. What's in there for me? So our participants is the moderator will be technology and innovation responsible person and development manager at Zero Waste Estonia, Kristiina Kerge. Kristiina. Then we have participants, Sustainability Officer at AEB Kelju Priežiūra, Audrione Aliošute Paulauskene. Then Quality Manager at Electronic Communications Office of Latvia, Linards Larionovs. Lisbeth Frey, Head of HR and Accountability at DIMEC OI. And Country Manager of Alexela in Latvia, Māris Avotiņš. And from now on, Kristiina, it's like this. You're moderating this, and in case you would like to have some questions from Menti, yeah, you just say, Valdis, do we have any questions? And yes, please, use Menti for your comments and reactions. If we will have time, we'll use them. Thank you. Good luck, Kristiina.
Thank you. Thank you for the introduction.
Yes, ever.
So, good afternoon and welcome to this panel. And like we heard before lunch, there is more than just reporting and doing because the law says so. And before we dive into the discussion, I would like you to share your thoughts about what sustainability is. So you can scan the code and then just take a moment and share in 1 or 2 words. What does sustainability mean to you?
Please, let's go to Menti and answer the question, and then we will see the results. Mm-hmm. So first, we are entering with our ideas, and then we will see the word cloud and results. Yeah, first, please go to Menti. Here's the code, or use QR code.
I can see already the words are coming in and forming nice cloud. And online viewers, you can think also about what does sustainability mean to you.
And as you can see, the bigger the word, the more often it was mentioned. That's how it works.
And we are in a very special place today. It's Spiidola. It can mean like a mystical character or like Perry, or transmitting the words like to the wider audience. So feel encouraged and empowered. So what we can see here, future is the dominant, and also opportunities and resilience and strategy, what we also heard in the morning sessions, that the sustainability should embed it into the strategy and the business development, not just someone is sitting in the corner and doing reporting stuff. And in my view, for the public sector, can be actually the enabler that helps these opportunities to realize in the citizen level and in the business level. And I'm really happy to see that the future is something that connects with the word sustainability. And for the private sector, it's definitely like more and more important to find opportunities, how to build this green and resilient future for them. So today's discussion brings together inspiring examples from the region. And we will explore how the organizations have gone beyond the compliance and how they have turned the sustainability into their driving force, or finding new business perspectives, or empowered employees, shared the values across the value chain. So with that framing in mind, let's start. Please introduce yourself briefly, and we will see also the one slide for each panelist, so you can open up a bit your perspective and your organization's perspective. So I think the first slide will come for Audrona.
Okay, thank you. I'm in sustainability field for more than 3 decades, and I think this word is really changing the meaning in minds of people, but of course the essence of sustainability is not changing, and we are rediscovering it right now. I've been working at the municipal level, at company level, at state level. I had few international projects, and this experience led me now to the company, which is the state-owned company. It belongs to the Ministry of the Transport and Communication. It's quite a large company with more than 2,000 employees, with a lot of machinery, with supervision of all roads in Lithuania and maintenance of those roads during all seasons. And when looking at the questions of the panel, I asked myself, what extra mile do we do? And I thought, no, we do nothing. We're just behaving as the company should behave in these years. And the company started sustainability reporting in 2021, which is, I think, not very early, but then not very late. And working with such a big company is quite a big challenge, and quite a big challenge to comply and to go extra mile. So let's talk about it.
Mm-hmm. Okay, thank you. And please, Lennart.
Okay, thank you. Hello all. As it was mentioned, I'm Lennart from Electronic Communication Office of Latvia, and the main thing for us is to manage radio frequency, spectrum, and numbering with the key things we are always keeping in our minds are our experience, the competencies of our personnel, and also the sustainable development. And the term sustainability came in our organization in the year 2023 when we made a sustainability working group and made our first report. But it was interesting for us that at the time we came to conclusion that we did all those small things, what we call sustainability, a lot earlier. It was called differently or not called at all, as it was mentioned. We did the right thing, what a company should do. So the next 2 things was to raise awareness and competencies of our employees about sustainability topics, and just focus on the most important topics for us. It is environment topic with the Green Office and energy management. It's our personnel, its well-being and competencies, also public awareness, responsible management of radio spectrum, and also good governance, So we just do the right things the right way.
Yeah, thank you. So please, sorry, I'm too quick with this.
Great. Thank you for being here. It's great to be part of this panel, and thank you for everyone who has come here to listen to us. My name is Ilgtspējas Frey. I work as a head of HR and accountability at DIMEC. Should be noted that we have also been one of the project partners in the SUS-Tool and ESG Tool project, and I've been leading the project at our end. What I do in my role, I of course advise our personnel in HR-related business, but also expand the sort of sustainability portfolio that we carry. I hope that the future will take more accountability in all actions, and I think that the sustainability transition itself is we're driving a behavioral change, and I think that has to do a lot with accountability, and that's why it's also included in my title. I wanted to showcase you this image or the collection of logos because it perhaps best describes who we are, what we do, and why. We are an industrial innovation company. 17 years ago, a bunch of Finnish industrial companies and the universities and a research center, VTT, got together, and it was known that, okay, we need to speed up science-based innovation and get universities, public sector, and the companies working closer together. Otherwise, we won't have a future, and that's exactly what we do. This is an image of our shareholders. We are owned by the universities and the companies, and we try to interact with them in an ecosystem model. Then at the top of the page, you will see these Make in Finland, FAME, SW4E, VAMOS, and MEFI. Those are our innovation ecosystems, and that's what we do. We teach industrial innovation through peer learning. We gather together whole industrial value chains so that people and experts can learn from each other, because I think that is the best way to go forward. Perhaps one proverb to describe what we do that we quite often like to use is that if you want to go fast, go alone. If you want to go far, go together. And if you want to do both, be part of an ecosystem. And I think that applies to a lot of things. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
So, my name is Māris. I'm representing Alexel. In brief, 30 years ago, Alexel started as one petrol station in Estonia. Today, it's pretty much kind of transformed in a universal energy company operating in 3 countries, not 3 Baltics, Finland, Estonia, and Latvia. And I think this our kind of journey during these years is kind of how we are adding up like different things, which because we are pretty much like there was a panel before with bankers. Like bankers are of course important, but if electricity and energy is not flowing, then banks are useless. Like, and therefore, I think for us it's very important like to have it sustainable and to have it as well secure. And therefore, if we look on some numbers, currently we operate two ports as our group of companies in Finland and in Latvia. Like in Finland, we have a LNG port where we are recently launching for Finnish customers bio-LNG, which is one of the things, again, how you can replace like fossil natural gas with the biomethane. The same, like if you look again in Estonia, there we have more than 1,000 like charging stations for EV cars. If we look on biomethane, then as well we have more. I think we have 3 factories in Estonia who are producing biomethane. I think it's a kind of long journey how a company like developing these projects which actually help our customers to become greener. And again, if you look internally, I very much like this idea that as well, if you look like one of the concepts, I'm 3 years with Alexel, but one of the things was when we wanted to launch a marketing, we were told, no, we are not printing anything, like it's only digital. And I think such small things are as well extremely important, like which is not only kind of some board level reporting or some big documents, but as well that the company lives like according to these principles, what we want to as well kind of deliver to our customers.
Mm-hmm. Okay, thank you all. And now we will go to the questions part and discussion part. So you can continue, Maris, like what new business opportunities has this like sustainability indicators, metrics that you are following, what have brought to you?
Mm-hmm. No, I think we can look on basically on any kind of energy what we are producing. If we start with electricity, then it's like we have batteries, we have solars, as well investing in EV charging infrastructure. It's as well interesting project if we look like how the things are changing. Like now, a year ago, no, not yet a year ago, but this year we disconnected from the BREL, like which was connected to the Russia and Belarus, like the network grid. And now it's extremely important, like that we are actively thinking about how to store the energy. And like who knows, in Latvia we have a kind of natural thing, Connexus, which is natural gas storage, which actually works for all the region, like and which kind of secures that in the winter we are getting warm in our home. In Estonia, there is such concept is called piped hydro, like where actually you can use water, you can kind of get an energy when it flows into this location, and then when energy is enough, you can pump it out. It's a huge project. I think it's investment-wise like more than 1 billion. Like it cannot be done by any single company, but it's exactly kind of like we as a kind of Alexela, we are actively participating as well in this project together with a lot of other companies. Therefore, I think that if you look from such perspective, everybody understands like that things are changing, like they are changing in many different directions, and we just need to like figure out where to kind of focus our investment. And of course, like it's investment. It's like if we look, like I think last week here was our TSO, Ilgtspējas tīkls conference, where they were saying that there is like according to our strategy, in Latvian strategy, till 2050, we want to 4 times increase the production and consumption of electricity. I think Lithuanians have the number close to 7, but they are currently reviewing a bit down. Estonians have not been defining the number, but basically what we want in a coming future, yes, we want to be efficient, but from other side as well, we want to secure growth of our economies, and energy is critical kind of part in growing, and therefore I think as well, if you look from such perspective, then it's very important like that all the companies are actively investing in these fields. Then the second thing is as well kind of which for me was as well the new thing, like do you know what is the biomethane? It's actually from the shit you are producing natural gas. Mm-hmm. It's kind of like what's about it, but if you look, then currently we are in Estonia, we are producing. In Latvia there are 2 companies who are who have factories, and we as an energy company helping them to buy the gas and then to sell to our customers. If we look, actually, we can get like 20, 30, even 40% in coming years to get independent from external supply of natural gas, which kind of 10 years ago, it was not even, you were not even dreaming about that. Now it's actually proven technology, like you can actually produce, and it's like for these production facilities, it's like a decent business case. Mm-hmm. As well in Estonia, like there is, we are delivering a lot of the petrol to our stations. Like very recently, like all of this transport is switching like to CNG, which is compressed like natural gas. Comparing like initial investment is much higher, but if you look lifetime value of like this investment, it actually makes sense to do it. Yes, initially you invest slightly higher, but afterwards the running cost is like cheaper. And I think a lot of these sustainable things, you need to kind of make like this first step, and then actually it's kind of, yeah, it starts to work. But again, very important is like that governments like and all the regulations, they should not zigzag, like they should not go one way, then back, and then again, like therefore, it can be postponed, that's kind of clear sometimes, but we should have a clear direction, and I think so far it works like this.
Okay, so no regulatory risk for you in energy sector, or still there is some uncertainties?
No, there is, like, if you look, like, for example, the same biomethane, like, how it works. Of course, like, if you look all together, then it's more expensive than the natural gas that you can import from somewhere. But, like, a regulatory importance is, like, that understanding, like, how to, knowing that this is, like, important for the future, that to create, like, the framework which actually helps, like, to develop these new kind of technologies, which with the time might give a lot of benefits. Like, first of all, it's nearby, you do not transport it from somewhere, and second of all, it's like it makes your region more independent, like, and therefore, of course, regulatory issues are very important, like, in this transition. Like.
Okay. Thank you for that, and also what I heard was that we are managing our resources and giving value to the resources or leftovers or waste in that sense. Okay, thank you for that. And now we are going to Audrona, please. So could you open up in which sectors do companies lead the sustainability, not because of the reporting obligations?
Yeah, of course, I would agree. It's efficiency. That's the field where all companies are looking for sustainability. Because from my experience in the beginning, when we started to talk about sustainability, and especially I talked about the grandchildren, about the earth, about saving something, and about being very good for everybody. But in business, it's basically it's a profit, because otherwise we're losing the essence of sustainability, the third part, economy, and we sometimes concentrate too much on E and S part, social and environmental part, because business without money, then it's not business. Then we have to talk about another order of the world. Well, that I think sustainability, pure sustainability, where we think about future, where we take into consideration every impact, it's not possible in current economy. Now we're just trying to minimize, and that's why we have to integrate the economic part. So I think efficiency, this is the main driver for the companies. And for us, of course, it's saving energy, investment in more efficient fuel, investment even in eco-driving. All those efforts indicate that it pays off. The only one problem, I do agree also that it pays off not very quickly. That's the key issue about sustainability, and that's the biggest challenge for the companies, because shareholders want return here and now. And then you have to combine, how you combine, well, businesses are already planning for 3-4 year period, but if we're talking about 50 years, who knows what will happen in 50 years? And that's probably the biggest obstacle for sustainability efforts. But I think the other driver for businesses, the need for innovations, we need being competitive in the market, and we need to look for new solutions, for new partners. And for our company, for instance, being one of the main road maintaining company, well, we are looking for cooperations with universities, like how to make it with probably with some waste material. It's not that simple as well. Sometimes when you hear some or read some simple articles in Facebook or LinkedIn, how easy it is to be circular, so it's not, because there are a lot of additional side effects related to chemicals and safety and so on. So that's where the science comes in. That's again time, because you have to test, you have to be sure that you are not creating another problem with solving one problem.
In the future.
Yeah, in the future. And I think another driver, it's people, of course, because the new employees, especially young employees who are coming, they're asking about sustainability. They're asking questions, they're asking nasty questions. They're asking when the company will be carbon neutral. And then you have to have an answer. They're asking why you're using still that much of diesel, and how would it be possible to substitute it with HVO fuel. And then yes, that makes companies think. It's not only us, all companies are thinking about it. And I think the obligations, they are very important drive, and especially for the companies who are large, well, they are just obliged according to the legislation. But another driver which I would like to point out, and probably that really, for me, it was quite good news when I started working in a state-owned company. And when I raised the question why we are doing those sustainability projects, and everybody looked around like, we don't understand your question. There are no another way now. This is the way how we should behave. So it was not a question whether we behave this and that, but it's just the way how we spend the public money, how efficiently we will distribute money, how efficiently we will spend it, where we will invest them, so that the return would come not only in a good service, not in a money for the government, but also in future generations' needs.
Mm-hmm. Okay, thank you for that. So I'm taking care of this, that let's not make solutions that cause problems in the future for someone else. Would you others want to also reflect on that? What are those needs? Addition what Audrone already mentioned.
I think the most important thing that was mentioned in here is how else you could work in this. We have many drivers, some drivers inside the organization, some drivers outside the organization, but you have to like feel this is the right thing to do. Otherwise, I think it's just like Maris mentioned, hard reports. Nobody reads it, but it's no added value in that process.
Yep.
I sometimes like to view sustainability, corporate sustainability, as sort of a fitness exercise for the companies. I work with industry myself, and industry, of course, gets a lot of bad rep because they're the biggest polluters in the world. However, we all consume industrial products, so we also have our own share of the blame. I think that in the end, it will become sort of a race, survival of the fittest. Those who can change their value chain to become more sustainable, reevaluate risks, safeguard resources, safeguard value chains, everything. That's what sustainability is about. It's ensuring that your company exists in the future. Also in a world, and your company is creating a world where you also want to exist. So that's, I hope that's what we will be talking more about in the future. Mm-hmm.
Maybe we can add just one, from a joke, but I think it's kind of reflects like my kind of view how it works. Like example is like my grandmother. She was whole her life afraid of remote control of the TV set, and then the kid 1 or 2 years old already operates very fluently. I think Audrone was saying that young people are coming and asking for this. Mm-hmm. And I think this is something like we should not really kind of overstretch it, but I think it is clear that it is going into the right direction. We should, of course, run all the tools, but most important, that there is the market demand. It comes from young people, and that's probably how it will converge with each day more and more. And it will be the market demand, and you will not be able to operate your company sustainably in the long run without kind of taking these topics as a kind of top in your agenda.
Okay, thank you. So let's continue with Linnart. So are the employees connected, or actually maybe they are driving this sustainability force? What's your experience?
From our experience, employees are the main drivers in this sustainability, I could say, activities. It's like you need inspired employees that come with great ideas. We can do this, we can do that, we can do the other thing. So the management can ask some money calculations and how we are getting that money back. But in the big picture, you need inspired people that want to make this change to more sustainable working, because if it's coming from top to bottom, I think it can be this. We have great ideas on the paper, but nobody is inspired, so we put that paper in the shelf or nowadays in the hard drive. So those ideas just stay there. As I mentioned in the introduction slide, in our organization, we do not have a sustainability unit or sustainability manager. We have a group of 9 employees who cover almost all of sustainability topics. And what's interesting, over the time, other smaller groups for specific topics evolved with great ideas, and we could also do this. And we are like brick by brick making that sustainable development, I would say, with not so much expenses. So it's not like we need very much resources to become better at this topic. The other thing, it's also the management who, can I say, are giving the green light for employees to just come with the ideas. If you have a good idea and you want to do this, just do it. It will be great, and after, in the long term, we will see, was it expensive? Do we reduce costs? Are we making some money even? But it's like trial and error at the time. We also have brilliant people who are making new innovations, new technology, new information systems just to make our processes better. And there's this, maybe we can sell this innovation. We are also jumping in many research and development projects just to level up our competencies about not just 5G, now the 6G, the other things, UAVs and other technologies that we are waiting. And it was mentioned it will not be here tomorrow, but it will be here. And with the last thing in the question about the cultural changes, it's worth mentioning that our small working groups are evolved, that sustainable development from now on is a strategic direction, and it's written in our midterm strategy as one of the key things we are all thinking about.
Okay, thank you for that. So what I heard, please correct me if I got it wrong, but basically your organization supports employees to express their competencies, to actively offer solutions and new ideas, so they are empowered by the organization.
Yes, absolutely. Management is encouraging all employees to bring the best of you and give the things you are the strongest, you have the most competencies. Maybe you want to start even something completely new. You think this is the way, and management usually, not always, usually just says, okay, let's let's try this. Maybe you need other employees, your colleagues, some resources. We can try, we can check and see how it goes in the future.
Thank you. So it's actually, for me, it's like a practical example what was discussed in the morning session, that the sustainability has to be integrated in all different departments and activities around the company. So
yes.
Thank you for sharing that. And now, Lisbeth, please, could you open up how the public-private partnership, like the ESG tool, can help SMEs especially?
Thank you. My favorite topic,
yes.
public-private partnerships. Yes. And of course, the ESG tool, which is a great example. We wanted to join the project because we do everything what we do is to support the companies and their different transitions, whether it's digitalization, whether it's becoming an augmented organization, whether it's then becoming more sustainable. I think public-private partnerships will save the world and create the future we want. Because in the end, we are all humans just working in different sectors, and we want to create a future for us, hopefully on this planet, not any other. I think that ESG tool is a great example of this, because the Green Deal is a massive set of regulations that basically every regulation changes the rules of the game where the companies are operating. And whilst the public sector sort of sets the tone and the purpose and the direction for the overall development, then when they suddenly decide to change the rules of the game where the companies are operating, I feel like there should be some support to understand, okay, what is this new set of rules? How are we supposed to operate in this new regulatory environment? So this is just one, ESG tool is just one example. And of course, it's regulatory, it's not so much innovation driven. But what I feel like is public sector has the sort of capacity and resilience to take on the initial risk of new innovation, whether it's then regulatory based or any other foundation. And I think that's perhaps the key importance of the public-private partnerships, that the public sector should take the initial risk, de-risk the new innovation environment for the companies, offer expertise, capacity, capabilities, especially to SMEs who are operating in a very competitive market and environment and don't necessarily always have the expertise to respond to the new rules of the game. And public sector can do that. I feel like I do that. My whole job is that I'm sort of a translator that translates policy text to companies and then sort of the company language back to the policy level. And that's how I think we should operate. It should be this like feedback loop going back and forth, not only that the regulations are set, but so that we can all shape them. And I think that the omnibus is just one example of this, how the initial regulation that caused a lot of burden to companies has been then shaped to better respond to the reality of the European market where we are operating in. But public-private partnerships, that's the future.
Thank you. Would you like to add from your experience or your views regarding this?
I can just fully agree with this concept of public-private partnership, mostly because, like, if we look for next kind of 20 plus years, there is massive investments needed, and it's clear that it cannot be kind of done just as like our region is not so kind of ready to attract like equity investment. I think that this public component will be very important, like in the future, like, because as I said, just this pumped hydro, which could like this Estonian kind of solution for balancing like an energy grid, if that would be realized, like its investments are like close to 1 billion euros, like probably not even few private companies, they cannot kind of realize all the project. From other side, actually, it's maybe even more important than to building more kind of power grids and such things. Therefore, I think that clearly kind of this should be direction where we should go in our region.
Yep.
So I agree about that public-private partnerships is the future for the companies, but from other perspective, in ESG tools, our organization was one of the organizations who pilot tested this tool, but if we go some time back, I was maybe the first person in our organization who take ESRS, opened it up, get to double maturity and just close it. And no way, we are not doing this. Then we are talking about, we have tools, and we opened a web browser, just put ESG, double materiality, or any other term. We have plenty of tools, but they are all costing us some money. And for us as a medium company, we do not have that kind of budget to put amount of money to these tools just to make one small thing in this sustainability matters. Yes, we are going forward to use EU framework those standards, VSMEs, or chosen path, but with the ESG tool, we just see it as an opportunity, because we can give our insights how the tool should work. We can learn how this tool works, and now we have a tool we can use for free, just to comply with the EU framework.
And I may just add that when I was offering to use the tool, and then the second question was who is developing it? And when I said who is developing it, it was no questions. And I think that the partnerships, they give a little bit more, probably more arguments, more confidence to the tool. And in this case, that was very, very well-developed team who helped promote the tool. And I think that gives a kind of quality guarantee, and also the continuity of the tool, that it's not the pure some small organization who developed it and then just put it in raw and then it waits for users.
Thank you for the discussion, and you mentioned also future. So let's imagine that it's 2030 and we are looking back. So what is what you will laugh about when you remind yourself this today's approach to sustainability and ESRS and all this double materiality things? So please, who would like to start?
I have a few things. Okay, I've been following this regulatory turmoil around the directive, CSRD directive for 3 years now, very intensely with the project. I hope, I'm already laughing at myself of how seriously I've been talking about, all these acronyms. I think that when I look back on my old presentations, hopefully in 5 years' time, I will be like, okay, so I seriously stepped onto the stage, and in 3 minutes I managed to say 20 different acronyms from CSRD to ESRS to GRI to CSDDDD and a lot of others. I mean, I hope that we can make a bit more sense of this whole theme in the future. And I hope that the theme would actually disappear, and the sustainability teams would disappear and they would be just business teams. Mm-hmm. I mean, that's what it is essentially. And I hope that we will also laugh at how much we put effort into looking sustainable and not actually becoming more sustainable. Uploading all these PDFs to different places and gathering this data, even though it's very important at the moment, but hopefully in 5 years' time we'll be like, okay, let's do this.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Thank you.
It was actually a very difficult question because, let me rephrase it. Looking ahead, but I will cry when I will remember approach to sustainability, because currently I'm working on the climate risk assessment of the company. And when I read the climate prognosis for our region, current climate prognosis, well, it's very good. No winters, no cleaning, less use of machinery, less fuel. So, I hope if that will be true for our region, maybe I will laugh, but I have doubts. I have doubts because I think we will have a lot of impacts because of the climate change, and current forecasts, they are very favorable, and they make us feel like, oh, it's not for us, it's somewhere else. It shall pass our countries. So I think we have to be very careful today looking at the issues of sustainability and looking also at many fields. And I hope the whole community of companies involved in sustainability will be laughing that we were so narrow-minded concerning climate change, and we, for instance, the conversation about biodiversity, about chemicals management, it's really very little about it. I understand that climate change, that's an issue, but it's so much connected with everything. And I hope that we will be clever enough in these years to have this holistic approach, integrated approach on our impacts, and we will not have to cry. We will laugh.
Yes. Okay, thank you.
Okay, I will continue. It's one way how to look at this, but sometimes all the regulations for me is like a horror comedy movie.
Yeah.
And with all the omnibus one, what should we do now? What will change? We have to put the brake pedal on now. But I want to look from the perspective of our little activities, and I think we will look back, and inside of organization we will laugh about them. For example, waste management. After those 5-10 years, we'll just look back. Oh, you remember when we were standing in the kitchen and thinking, where should we put this paper towel? Or I think it's been nearly 2 years now, and colleagues are still fuming about taking away small bins under the table, and now we have to go to the kitchen and sort out our garbage. And they're still fuming. I remember that. And the other thing, in the reporting perspective, we have made 3 sustainability reports. And I think almost every year we are gathering new data, recalculating early data, just making the value. So we are getting smarter, but we are just recalculating, gathering more and more. We think we are just getting smarter, and hopefully it's the case.
Thank you.
I think from my side, if you're looking, the previous meeting was from the banks, and as I'm as well historically from a bank, I remember when the KYC and anti-money laundering was basically not just a tick box, and then suddenly it became kind of a huge business disabler, not enabler. And I would be really look. 5 years is a short time frame. It's probably, if you look 10 years from now, that we would not really look on this sustainability as kind of banks been looking on KYC and anti-money laundering. And if that kind of will happen, then I will not laugh. Like that will be a good development, like that it goes like this, because I think that it's clearly not about only reporting, but about the substance, like is the most important.
Thank you so much for this interesting and lively conversation. So, do we have jokes from the audience also, what they want to share, or questions?
No, our audience is very, very serious, and they have serious issues. So first one is this. So, interesting. Oh, yeah, the recent ones. If you would have the possibility to change one ESG legislation point, which one would it be?
Oh my God.
This should go. Or this should sound like this.
Okay, actually, I wouldn't change anything at the moment. I think that, okay, no matter in how much turmoil we've been with this tool, and because the regulation has been changing back and forth, I still think that the ESR standards are the best sustainability standards in the whole world. So I would leave it for now. We have been poking around to it a lot in the recent years. So let's leave it for now. Let's see how it actually works, how it actually changes the European market, the European environment. And then maybe in 5 years' time, I can tell you.
So actually, what you would change, you would stop changing.
Yes, exactly. Yes, that's it.
Yeah. Otherwise, people are waiting. Wait.
Yeah.
We'll change it anyway. Let's wait.
But I don't think that the omnibus story has come to an end yet. So I think that there will be.
There will be Omnibus 2?
Omnibus 200, perhaps.
Okay. Anybody else?
Well, I think I would set a clear requirements for the audit process, because the audit is an issue, and every auditor of sustainability reports has own understanding of what it should be. So I think.
Thank you. No. Yeah? And then last question, what should companies begin with if that's something totally new for them? And suddenly they decide, okay, that's sustainable, whatever, let's do this.
Take a tool and answer the questions and understand where is your sustainability, because that's basically, well, sometimes the consultants say, like, calculate CO2, do this, on that. But I think you have to understand where is your impact. And for that, the tool is quite a good thing.
So the tool.
The tool.
I would one step back. I think first thing is just to come together and see where are we now. And then you can go, we are here, go to tool, or we have to do some more homeworks just to get to the tool. So you just need to evaluate where are we now. Like
most of the companies will say, we're now good. We don't need a tool.
But let me add, the tool gives quite a good framework for the revision. And I think if a small group would review the tool and then come to the group and discuss, and then already seriously come back to the tool.
Thank you. Anything else to add? Yes?
Well, I feel compelled that I should answer that. Go to esttool.eu. But yeah, doesn't matter. Yeah, please go to esttool.eu. But also just begin, make a concrete decision that, okay, we'll begin our sustainability journey. Just add the word to your strategy. See what that does. I feel like if it's in the strategy, you have to do something about it in some time frame or another. So just make a concrete decision to begin your journey. That's it.
Fully agree with what's been said before. Maybe.
Thank you. Thank you to the panelists, and thank you, Kristiina, for being a great moderator and some funny questions. Thank you.